Hello, this is Melissa. We're working on our 2020 swap project for Studio 28E Journal Creations. February is a journal cover topper. Yesterday we worked with cardboard and this is what we created. Today we're going to be working with some burlap and some lace. So let's get started. I already gathered all my bits and pieces here. Some labels, image. I've got a lovely little vintage card, dangly lace, flower, and a vintage pearl button. I'm sorry, a bunch of Fabri-Tac on my fingers. All right, let's get started. Move all this stuff over. First thing I'm going to do is work on the playing card. Now I've already sanded this a little bit, but it's a pretty easy process. A little bit of sandpaper and take off that coating. And I will be using Podge. I'm going to coat the card first. Nice even coat. And I chose this napkin because I wanted to introduce a little bit of the pink into my card. Let's see. This one. Any of the excess we will trim off. Now I'm just gently smoothing this down before I put the top layer of Mod Podge on. And you do have to be careful because it will tear. I'll just layer a nice even coat over the top and that will seal it. And you can see some of the numbers and the, what are they, the clubs, I guess. Whoops, get over there. All right, we're gonna let that dry. Set that aside and start with the burlap. Now I already picked my pieces and did take a look and see what I wanted, so I kind of already have an idea. And I am going to be sewing around this, but for now we're just going to tack it down with a little bit of Fabri-Tac, which is great for materials. I don't want to put too much on because it will soak through. I just want to hold this in place while we work with it. And remember to put the lid back on. All right, there's our beginning. I did find this, which was adorable. And because it is strung just with a single thread, I'm not sure if you can see this. I went ahead and put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on there just to hold it. And I think I'm going to be placing it there. Again, just a little bit of tack for stability, because I will be sewing around this. Now you don't have to sew. You can just use glue or Fabri-Tac. I personally like Fabri-Tac. Now, good so far. All right, the next thing I did find this, which I love. It was an old curtain. Let's take this way. Sorry, I have a little bit of a fold there, giving me an issue. Okay. I do like that. Now again, Fabri-Tac for just a little bit of placement. Now I already had measured these items so that to make sure that they would fit on my journal. And there we go. So let's get this other side tacked down a little bit, and if you do so, make sure that you wait until Fabri-Tac is completely dry. Okay. Our card's not dry yet, so let's continue. Now, I love flowers, and I've collected over the years a lot of the silk flowers, and I've torn them apart, so I have tons of different colors, and I have the leaves and all of that. Okay, I've already sewn my piece, and there it is, so you can see. And the next we're going to attach the little embellishment. Nothing fancy. Let's see, I think I want the dark to the outside. Those two laid down, and then we'll attach the flower. Oops. Wants to go with me. One more little bit down here. And let's see, what else do I have? A little bit of gauze here. We're going to attach the flower. And press that down, make sure it's good and set. And sometimes I use a different glue for setting harder things like beads and buttons. And it is this. I get it at the dollar store. You do have to let it sit for 24 hours just to make sure it's dry. Right, now we have our button set. Let's get that turned a little bit. Oh. And we're going to set this aside, let it dry. Again, Then put the lid back on the Fabri-Tac. And here's our card. It is mostly dry. And we're just going to take sandpaper and go along the edges. Get rid of the excess, which we'll just basically pull off. Take the sandpaper and just kind of dust it a little bit. You can add gesso to this just to tone it down a little bit. I don't think I'm going to because I really like the pink color, so we're going to leave it at that. And let's see, I have a few labels here to choose from. And grabbing my piece of gauze to put on the back. Well, I have to apologize for several things. First off, I had my head in the video a few times, so I apologize for that. I did get a notification, so my camera turned off. I have it on airplane mode now, and here is what I've done with the card. A little bit of gauze and attached the label that I've chosen that will go with my journal and with the cover. So here's what we have, our lovely little girl. And we'll just tuck her in there. And one small thing, oops, we're going to add a little bit of bling to balance out the top. Just a little bit of pearls. And there you have it. There's our second topper for our February swap. And in a day or so, I will put up another video and we'll try something different. So keep watch for the next video. Till then, have a great day.